He had pictures of before and after in his display, and I'm a visual person, so I actually got to see his work, and I loved everything that was there, and that's how we found them.
They came to our home and they wanted to know what your taste is, very open to your ideas. He sort of showed us what could be done. Was a big change for us, right?
We told them basically what we wanted. They looked around and made suggestions as well. It just grew from there. The main reasons for moving into the CAD phase was when we saw their drawings. We loved what they showed us, and it was our personal style.
The drawings were just incredible because it opened up your eyes to what the house could actually look like, not just talk about it, but actually look like.
When we started with the CAD process, we were just basically doing this main floor here, the kitchen, the bathrooms, and then it just kind of evolved.
The CAD book investment was important. It was a plan that we could use to see exactly what we could do with the house. And without it, we wouldn't be able to visualize what the house is going to look like, and ultimately. So it was definitely necessary.
Once we looked at the CAD pictures and we saw that that was our style, we just decided to go forward based on those drawings. They were great. We had regular meetings with Gord and Rick. The next process they were doing or what we had to choose.
The workers on the work in the actual house itself, they have all the right attitudes.
It was an enjoyable flow. It wasn't like, you know, you have problems with your builders. We never had any of that. They're very easygoing people to deal with. I would tell people that they're very easy to work with. They're very transparent.
I think if there's one piece of advice I would give as to whether to deal with a company like Lifestyles, it's so important if you're choosing a company to deal with, it's the people that represent it. You need to trust them, you need to have confidence in them, you need to know they can do the job. And I think those are the key aspects of why we chose this company.
You can definitely tell the quality and the workmanship. It's sturdy. I love everything about it today. Like I just, if you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy about the house today.
Would absolutely recommend Lifestyles by Barons. If you're not going to in Oakville or Burlington or surrounding area engage to have at least a conversation, you're missing out on a whole lot of value. Take the time, sit down with them, have the consultation. Promise you it's going to feel very, very different, and that's just the beginning. It gets a whole lot better throughout. So Lifestyles by Barons came from a referral source, friends and family who had a great experience. But also got to witness firsthand some of the work on the project by visiting the Parade of Homes, a couple of properties that Gord and Rick had worked on. So I was really impressed, just the quality of work that was done, but also the attention to the client, and making sure that the lifestyle of the client, what the client was looking for out of the project, what they wanted to achieve after the work was done was very, very meaningful. And being a very busy person who travels a lot, was really looking for a company and a group that were committed to turnkey managing the project from front to end. Whether you decide to move forward with a small project or big project then or later on, that consultation project is really valuable because again it gives you context around what are homes in Oakville or homes in Burlington What's important to purchasers? What are they looking for? What enhances value? What doesn't enhance value? What is a good thing to spend your money on individually or through a partner or a company? What is not a good thing to spend your money on? So, spending a relatively small amount of money in a few hours with Gordon, Rick, and team, hugely valuable, because it will inform what you're likely going to do with your home well after the project is done. To Gord and to Rick and Jennifer, the entire team of Lifestyles by Barons, you've made an incredibly happy client. Thank you very, very much for all you've done, for the space you've created for me and my boys, and who knows, there might be another project in the works in the future.
As I did my due diligence and talked to individuals that had gone through it, the homeowners, which Lifestyles, with the permission and cooperation of the homeowners, provided me, I was able to interview them, and I asked them to rate their experience with Lifestyles on a scale of 1 to 10, and virtually 10 being high, 1 being low. And virtually everybody came in at 8, 9, or 10. So that was just very, very comforting to me as I went through that.
They're passionate, and I appreciate that, and I can feel their energy. That's really an important part for me too, and that's all part of the whole. I think that's what the company's like. I feel that that's where they stem from, is that creative passion and energy and desire to do the best job as possible.
It was their baby as much as ours until they turned over the keys to us.
That is so true.
and you felt they really cared about what
Yes, that's what I do. I felt that. I felt that all the way through the process.
With all the workers.
Yes, all the workers. Yes, I felt all of them like that. I love that.
The CAD design to the final bill was pretty spot on, I would say. The vision was exactly the way the book showed us, and that's where the CAD was a big help. We saw what they had envisioned, and they were spot on.
They delivered what they promised. If you had the CAD drawings and you stood where the CAD drawings had placed you, either looking down from the upper level down to the kitchen, you saw exactly what you looked at. When you raised your eyes from the book and looked at the kitchen, it was exactly what's in the picture, basically.
They're passionate about what they do. The workmanship was over the top, in my opinion. I have nothing but praise for Lifestyles and the team, because I just thought they did an excellent job. And trust me, we wouldn't have picked them if we didn't feel that way. The building process for us was very easy because we were one of the lucky ones that got to live 2 houses down. So it was fine for us. They were here 5, 6, 7 days a week on many occasions because they had a timetable, and if they fell back on the timetable, they made it up.
Construction workers, the sub-trades were always on the job. We were quite pleased. It was seamless and there was really no interruptions, so we were quite happy with that.
I like, sitting in I like that, actually, when I walk in the door, that beautiful welcoming feeling, when you step in and you see how, wow, and massive it
especially
looks.
Through the front door.
It's totally and even the paper boy, he will step in and say, "Oh, this is a beautiful home," So
and that makes you feel good.
It does make you feel good, but I get that feeling too every time I step in. Wow, can I believe this is mine?
It's a great company. And,
Great company.
Very glad we did it.
Yeah, high integrity,
I'll do it again.
great skills. They've recruited the best they can. They deal with products that are high levels. So I would rate them very, very high.
Oh yeah.
hesitation on our part at all through that whole process. They were very professional and, like I said, expertise in their craft.
I would definitely recommend them. It's easy, they help you with choices. Choices are really overwhelming. We found we're very visual people, so it was hard for us to look at a plan sometimes. So their 3D, what's called imaging, I guess, CAD, yes, was very helpful to us to see what our space was going to look like, and just helping us with choices that we needed to make. They kind of really took what we wanted into consideration and helped us along.
The CAD is very helpful because Marie and I were not very good at looking at a blueprint, trying to see spatially what it really will look like. So the CAD really helped us see exactly what the colors would look like, what the layout would look like, but also like we had a budget and they were able to work within our budget. I mean, they had a few options, but everyone has a budget to work with, and they were fine to work within our budget, and they stuck to it. I'd really suggest you reach out to Lifestyle by Barons because you really don't know what's possible. So you don't know what the options are out there. So if you're thinking about moving, or if there's an inclination of renovating, I'd say reach out to them, see what the opportunities are, because you may be surprised. We were. So we didn't want to move, but we were really leaning towards moving because the living space just wasn't practical for us anymore. And renovating helped us keep our family and friends close to home.
I would tell people that they're very easy to work with. They're very transparent.
I think if there's one piece of advice I would give as to whether to deal with a company like Lifestyles, it's so important if you're choosing a company to deal with, it's the people that represent it. You need to trust them, you need to have confidence in them, you need to know they can do the job. And I think those are the key aspects of why we chose this company.
You can definitely tell the quality and the workmanship. It's sturdy. I loved everything about it today. Like I just, if you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy about the house today.